I think it's funny that DC and
Just buying
Discovery
DC?
Channel and then DC. What does DC Comics stand for anyway?
I don't know.
Now it's Discovery
That's a
Channel.
good question.
They're just gonna make a Discovery Channel.
It's Discovery
Batman is
Channel
part of
now.
Discovery Channel. Oh my god,
I
that's
don't buy
terrible.
Discovery.
Batman
Hey,
going
did
on
y'all
mad
see the
safari.
new logo though? The logo
Huh?
kind of fire. I kind of like the logo though. I don't know if y'all seen it.
Oh, that Thor trailer.
No, the DC logo, but
Oh, the DC logo.
yeah, y'all know what
They
I.
changed it to the Discovery Channel logo.
Yeah, they did change it to. It's made like the Discovery background with Warner Brothers.
Oh, wow.
Oh
So-
my god.
so
I
it's
haven't
weird.
seen it.
but y'all
Put
know
that on
what,
the thumbnail.
yeah, but y'all want to know what I like about the Thor trailer? Because I saw people say they hated this. Like, we don't need a new Thor Discovery, but people forget Thor never dealt with everything he dealt with. He lost his mother, he lost his father, he lost his brother, and then he missed the head of Thanos and was depressed for 5 years. This is the perfect time to find out who you are, dog. Like, he literally
Very
like.
true.
Like, bro, he hasn't even recovered or coped with any of the loss he had. And essentially, who is he now? The Avengers are gone.
Yeah.
Like who's everybody he
Tony
knew?
dead.
He don't know Spider-Man. He don't know Doctor Strange that well. He was on another planet when they came in. So he don't know nobody. Captain America gone. Black Widow gone. Hawkeye retired. Hulk halfway retired. Iron Man gone. So he don't know nobody. He can't say he can't Prince of Asgard because Asgard don't really exist outside of New Asgard. So he's not a prince. So he has no identity. It's the perfect way to start the thing.
Yeah.
But hey, how everybody doing? It is your boy Erza Miller.
Yeah, man.
Looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And I'm with the guys today. Monterey, how you doing today, my guy?
No
I
matter.
was good up until that. You always say that, Miss, man. God. What's up? Your boy Monterey Hudson, aka Mr. Drop the Mic, back in the building once again. I was good up until Zelma decided to start looking sexy and all this other BS, but you know what? We good.
Uniqo, how you doing today?
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, man. I'm excited about just so much going on. There's a lot of transformation going on in the world, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, Joe is transforming right in front of us. Look at him, he's glowing. He's glowing.
Wait,
Look at Joe
wait.
glowing.
Wrong Transformer, bro. I wasn't talking about Transformers on Grand Theft Auto
Trans
Roleplay.
Joe inbound.
I don't even know if Joe even know. Tor, how are you doing today?
You already know. We coming up on my favorite holiday of the year, so I'm in a festive spirit. You already know what it is.
That's today.
No, it's tomorrow.
Or yesterday, if you watching this.
I'm trying to get on. I'm trying to get on Zelda. I'm trying to get on the same page. We is all off.
Hey,
It's a day.
Hey, the continuity is there though. You hit every perspective. That's what matters.
Well, technically, you can say the day we recorded, the day I edited it, and the day it came out.
Well, how about this? If you celebrating the holiday, you don't know what day it is anyway. So therefore, it don't matter.
Or you ain't doing it right.
Yeah. By the way, look at Monte. If you doing that, look at Monte's background.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy
Yeah,
it.
these my two friends right here.
They tripping.
He only sees them on the holiday.
I ain't gonna lie, it reminded me of those. What were the Veggie Tales? I thought you had a Veggie Tales background at first. I thought that was the cucumber dude. I was
animation of all time.
I was like, dang, this a holy podcast now. We went from wholesome to holy real quick, and I don't know if that should be
means
here.
holy.
Have you not watched Veggie Tales?
Ain't Veggie Tales like on the Christian channel? On like TBN?
Veggie Tales
Yeah,
started
I
off
was
at
about to say,
everybody's
it's a
favorite
whole-
Christian bookstore.
I mean, wholesome.
I would say I've
You
seen
said
that
holy.
cucumber
I
be
was like,
Jesus
oh,
before.
Okay. You know what? Forget it. Let's keep going.
Yeah, that cucumber was Jesus before, and that
I was about to-
works on so many different levels that would get us kicked.
boy.
Who put
Hey,
hair on a cucumber, dog?
Hey.
If you on
Hey,
420,
just don't-
if you celebrate 420, just think about hair on a cucumber, dog. Watch it, bro.
Yeah.
Coachella, bro.
Yeah. Oh, if we're gonna talk about Coachella, did y'all see that? I can never remember her name, but the girl that does the Kingdom Hearts music busted out a Kingdom Hearts set during Coachella. It's lit. She even did
yeah.
Simple and Clean.
They didn't talk about it on Twitter.
They talked about Doja Cat. That look some of this. Oh, Doja.
Doja Cat got the Mexican pizza back.
That's a
You
Doja.
talking about Tyler Hikaru?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But when I heard Simple and Clean on a Coachella stage, I was like, oh, we progressive now.
I mean, most of the people there probably played Coachella. I mean, played Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, they definitely played Coachella.
Most people at Coachella, I believe, like 90%, it's really just nerds, man. I believe Coachella is 90% nerds.
Yo, I saw some.
I don't know.
I saw a
Because you
lot
got a
of
whole
streamers.
gangster section, though.
But that's the 10%.
I saw a lot of streamers said they didn't do like no illicit substances, so it wasn't as fun. I'm like, yeah, it probably
Yeah,
was.
that's weak.
I'm
Well,
like,
that's what happens if you get the deal. You don't do the illicit substances anymore.
yo, I'm just what I'm saying.
Why
is,
you going to a festival?
well,
If you ain't gonna do no
bro,
illicit
and
substances.
they would explain. I'm like, don't that make sense to you? Like, oh, I listen to music dreaming without being on anything, and for like hours on end. I'm like, you would get a headache, and it'd probably be miserable, and it's hot, so you probably wouldn't have a good time.
Very true.
Like even in a club when it's cool and well, sometimes it's cool, depending on the club. But even when you're not like completely sober, you just be looking at people like this is. I see the difference between the same girl dancing when I'm drunk versus the same girl dancing when I'm sober, and it's not just nowhere near the
I
same
would
time.
say, first of all, who's in the club completely sober besides stoners?
What you say? Mate, listen, Mate. I saw somebody was talking about. They said on the new Kingdom Hearts game they need to put the Disney Avengers in it, and I'm like, no. Speaking of, Thor trailer came out. I said
that's a good idea. Sora has to go to Marvel World. He got to go to 616. Let it happen.
No.
Yes.
No.
I agree. You don't want to Avengers
Kingdom Hearts is
Keyblade,
not one of the discussions. It's not one of the discussions. Let's not do this.
Agreed.
Yo, Sonic gonna put Kraven the Hunter in the car.
Let's not do this.
No, Sora's body and Iron Man, Venom, all your favorite Marvel heroes are getting beat with a Keyblade.
Hell,
Comes a bestseller.
So Mate, tell us what you thought about the Thor trailer.
Now, in reference to what we just were talking about, the Thor trailer looks like a party. Like it literally looks like a good 1980s party, 1970s party. It literally looks like that. Like the whole vibe is just lighthearted. Thor kissing some random blue-haired woman. I don't know who that is. I was trying to figure out who it could be. It don't look like no love interest. And everybody's just chilling. He up there just like having a good time. He's back in shape. Like, you know what? I'm just finna find me. So I'm cool with the vibe of it. My concern, well, it ain't really a concern, is my expectation for it. My expectation for Thor is just like in Doctor Strange, which comes out in 2 weeks. I already got my ticket. So with just like in that movie, they have got to start connecting some of these plot lines. Like at this point, it's so many plot lines that's been opened up throughout all the shows and the first 4 movies that you have to start connecting them. Now, to be fair, the only first real connection I saw is from Black Widow to Hawkeye, where Yelena managed to come over. They connected that. Yeah. That's the only connection I have seen since Phase 4 started. I haven't seen nothing else connect to anything really. And they got to start putting some of these connections together. So to me, it makes sense to use, because they use Hawkeye for that, which is one of the old Avengers. So it makes sense to use one of the old Avengers to continue the connection. Like use Doctor Strange, even though that may open up the door for mutants, but whatever. Just use that to open up some doors, start connecting some stuff. Use Thor movie to start connecting some stuff, because I need to get a picture of the overarching villain of Phase 4. I need to start getting this picture, even if it ain't like the final villain, like just the mid-card villain or just something. Like I got too many plot lines from Doctor Strange already has to connect WandaVision. It doesn't have a choice. So because she's in the movie. When I got WandaVision and the White Vision, I got the Iron Patriot and the French lady connecting them all together. I got Kate Bishop, who's just out here with Hawkeye. I have friggin' Ironheart coming in another movie. I have Spider-Man and everything that happened to him, and as a result of what's going to happen in the future with that. I have so many different plot lines. And the one I'm really looking forward to from Doctor Strange, that's ain't even from Thor, but Thor also could give me this as well. I need a connection to Loki. I don't have a choice at this matter. Loki is his brother, and you could also connect it through the multiverse. Somewhere within these two movies, I need this connection. I'm looking at this camera. I need this connection to Loki. Like, I don't have a choice at this matter because those two movies are the best shot I'm gonna get to get a connection to Loki. Because I got the multiverse in one movie, I got Thor, I got Loki brother in the other one. Somewhere along the lines, you got to give me a connection because I at this point I got so many things out. You got to give me something. So that's my thing. Like, it looks like a party. I know they probably keeping most of the plot and everything really hidden. I'm cool with that. You know, we got the God Butcher and all that kind of stuff.
We saw Zeus.
Besides
We
Zeus,
did.
first look at Jane Foster Thor, which somebody told me, you know, for all we know, she might be evil. I'm like, who knows? They might have hypnotized the mind or whatever. I ain't got no problem with it. All I know by the end of this movie, whether it be through Multiverse of Madness or Thor, I need a connection to Loki. Straight up. I need this connection to Loki. I don't care if you show me Sylvie. I don't care if you give me Loki screwing around in the time. I don't care. I need this connection to Loki. That's my thoughts. I don't care what the movie is. I know it's going to be a party. I need this Loki connection.
I actually seen somebody say the reason they ain't sure Gore the God Butcher, even though they have announced him, is because he might be in the. It was only 9 gods in the Moon Knight. We know one is dealing with Black Panther, boss, but there's 3 missing.
Yeah,
and they said Gore might show up, and why those 3 are missing because if you know what Gore does. So
it's in the name.
Yeah, so if he's the reason 3 of them are missing, and
that's a problem.
Yeah, so
I just want a lot of CGI right.
Yeah, so that's a rumor that's going around right now. I'm interested to see. Uniqo, your thoughts?
You know, Sweet Child of Mine. That's what we're going with as the theme song for this one. We did for Batman, we got Nirvana, and there's something in the way, and then we got Guns N' Roses giving us Sweet Child of Mine, which is one of the best solo guitar performances I've ever heard that just come across the radio that's not on the actual vinyl and the EPs and all that stuff. But so Sweet Child of Mine. And so that's what Marvel has to be thinking right now. When they came out with Thor, I don't know if they had a direction. Now they said that they planned these out before they started doing the movies, but I think some of that stuff was by ear. And I think Thor
they said they changed it because it moved places. It was supposed to be in front of, it was supposed to set up Spider-Man, but they changed it to be behind Spider-Man, so they reshot.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that's where Thor stands. Thor,
well,
people don't give a lot of credit.
Multiverse of Madness. I mean, Thor. I don't know where it's supposed to be.
People don't give Thor a lot of credit, but you know, as far as like the canon and what it's actually opening up to, we know that Thanos had to pull up. We know that Thanos went to Asgard, had to handle business. We know that, but you know that I'm looking for a connection now. You're looking for the connection, Monte, with the Loki connection. I'm here for that. I do want to like even if it's just the time clock lady just coming in, popping in to let us know there is a connection. That would be insane. I will pop if just that connection comes. But if Loki actually appears, and he's just screwing around with time, you know that's going to be an extended scene. So that can't be like a pop, like to where like Loki can't just show up for a hot second and then you just gloss past it. Like maybe he's a mirage or something. Like, oops.
Also, to throw in something for you, this Thor don't know Loki alive. All he know Loki is dead still. So that's why I'm.
Well, technically, his brother is dead.
Same difference. Loki is alive.
That other Loki is a variant Loki.
It's what is it? The plot where Loki got away.
Yeah, it's the other Loki that he didn't go in the
because
past
of some other time shenanigans that helped him get away. And that's so like that.
Basically,
even
Loki right now.
So he's a paradox, but is that? But anyway,
his brother died though. So
that is something to think about if he does make that appearance. But again, if they start bringing in that whole time situation, because I can't imagine that they do a whole series for Loki and not bring him into this movie somehow or set it up for him to be in there somehow.
Remember, it could be an Ant-Man.
But I think it's cool. He's trying to find himself. He's working with the chains, but the chains off of a giant. And you know what I'm saying? We know how the Asgardians feel about giants. So that's a cool little nod to the mythology. But most importantly, obviously, shout out to what appears to be Natalie Portman as female Thor. Is she a variant Thor?
That's the big question.
Yeah, they confirmed her. They confirmed that she's Jane Foster.
Okay, so the next step in the parade is, so not only could she potentially be a maybe a variant, since that's been
Bandied
introduced to
about.
us. Monte's a variant. If
He disappeared.
if since that concept was given to us, that might really be like Thor of a multiverse. So that's an interesting concept.
That is a very interesting concept.
But we talked a lot about this last week. We talked a lot about the gods staying out of it, how they just let Thanos get rid of half of the. Now the Asgardians pulled up, or
They did.
or Thanos pulled up on them rather. But the Asgardians, that's mythos. That's a pantheon, if you will. That's a group of gods. So
It is.
we got a reintroduction of that. We maybe we'll see what's going on at post blip. Like
We saw
Thor
Mount
was
Olympus,
sick.
which looked dope.
huh?
They did.
We saw Mount Olympus.
It did look really
It
cool.
did. So that's interesting. Are we going God of War, but in reverse? Instead, Kratos goes to Greece instead of goes to Norway.
Are we throwing Kratos in the MCU now?
Are
Let's
we
go.
throwing Kratos into the MCU?
When Glorious Ball.
Oh,
So,
there we
I mean,
go.
there's-
Those are the
we
dots
got
I need connected.
All I know is, even with this 1 minute and 29-second trailer, what we received is a whole bunch of like, now we know that
Questions.
these gods from different places, now now we know there's a possibility that they can link. And we're meeting these Egyptian gods, and I think Moon Knight is setting it up to let us know how this works with this whole god thing and the realms that they're in, where they can see this realm but can't. Man, there's a lot to it. So I'm actually excited for this Thor, whereas before I wasn't. But like, hey, if you're gonna give me more explanation about how this god stuff works, and we was talking about Omega levels the other day, and we know the gods are galactic, Omega, all the
We're
above.
beyond Omega if we're talking a Skyfather tribunal, which is what I'm trying to see.
So I mean, so it's some power levels out there that's like it's starting to become really anime-ish right now. It's becoming real anime-ish right now.
The waters have been muddied.
Yeah, they're back muddied again. Yeah, we had a power scale before, we don't have it anymore. So I'm
No
excited
more.
to see this movie because it's giving us more canon. So, but again, Multiverse of Madness, that's setting the stage. Or maybe are we putting too much pressure on that movie?
All I know, somebody said
No.
that they said
gotta bring
Multiverse of Madness is gonna set the power scale where it ain't no doubt that the Scarlet Witch is the strongest. I'm like, okay, I need to see what you're talking about then.
Wow.
We
Okay.
getting introduced to gods.
She got,
I didn't-
unless they're about to bring in the mutants immediately for her to bounce them out, I'm not with that.
I don't see how do you do that with Scarlet Witch?
well, she technically
She-
one of the most.
I mean,
powerful.
she did it in the comic books by saying no more mutants. So I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty post Omega.
I was gonna say,
daddy,
she
Omega,
said no
too.
more mutants, and they all lost their powers except for like it was literally like
Tor,
a single-digit percent.
Tor, it's not even Tor. That's across all universes. It was even just one. Every
Oh,
mutant across every
yeah.
universe.
The whole like
I was
not
gonna say she
universe,
hit them all.
multiverse?
Yeah, the whole multiverse. All of them lost their power.
Man.
With
Except for
three
2%.
words, she shut down everybody.
I'm like, that is OP.
No more mutants.
Like, it ain't even just affecting your universe; it's affecting everybody else's. Like, no more.
And it was just
mutants.
one of
That
the
Watcher looking like that ain't right.
that are like
A Watcher
it was just
what is
one of
going
the
on
people
here?
that are like her. Just one. One Wanda in one universe decided to do this. One multiverse. That's insane.
That's kind of scary.
It's super scary. Because what if you're a
But that-
regular
but that's
Wanda?
her-
Like
that's
in
her
another
thing.
place, you're just chilling.
She's a scary bee.
And
See?
Vision didn't die, and everything is beautiful for you. And then she's no more mutants. It's you
Yeah.
from another.
But she did control the whole city and have them do whatever she want on a set time schedule.
Yeah,
Do a team.
that's true.
Like,
And she
hey,
made everybody see in black and white.
and then when nobody interrupt her schedule, she'll have them just sit there and do the same thing. Like, hey, you can't get in town without my permission, so you gotta sit here with no lights on and just hit this thing like you doing the same. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Just imagine you going to
Okay,
town and
she's
nobody
OP.
can move.
She's OP, guys. I'm done.
Yeah.
That's a
She's going
fact.
across the multiverse. I'm done.
Yo, she controlled the whole city of people and made them do on a schedule. That is wild to me too.
For everyone. Every single person. But I'm good, man. Tori, you got it, brother. What you on, man? Oh, he had to pull the beanie down real quick.
I enjoyed the vibe thoroughly as a thorough Guns N' Roses fan. I mean, Appetite for Destruction, one of the best albums of the 90s, period, dot, any genre, full body of music. Axl Rose and Slash were a match made in heaven that had to go to hell for it to be a story we cared about. So, I mean, when they kicked in with the Sweet Child of Mine, I know there had to be some mad Asgardian illicit substances going on. I mean, I was super sad that we didn't at least get a glimpse of Gore the God Butcher, because the way that the CG is nowadays, I just have such high hopes for how he's going to look. And I want to see how faithful the all-black Necro sword is going to be, because I've been saying this every time we talk about Marvel. This is the lead-in to Null. Whether we want to believe it or not, this is the lead-in to the King in Black. If you're giving me Gore the God Butcher, I need Null in short order afterwards.
No.
It's interesting.
Yes.
No.
What you talking about, Monte? Yes.
Null is too broken to be brought in the MCU.
Everybody's broken now.
Not like Null.
Everybody.
No.
You can't.
know they're not broken like Null. Null could step on
That's true. Null out here eating. Out here eating Celestials for breakfast.
Yeah,
not to mention, how you gonna get the symbiote guy without the the symbiote's here now, but it's still.
I would say they're there. They're there, dog.
I don't like the idea. I don't like the idea of bringing Null in the MCU. Like, Null is too busted.
He'll be in
See, I love it though. That's what I need.
Null is
because we're talking about this super big villain.
Problem.
Who's bigger than the King in Black?
Problem. He's not nobody in nobody here now deals with Null. That's Venom's problem.
That is 100% Venom's villain.
That is true.
That's Venom's issue. So, like, the fact that you have to like link
Venom got to get a son before we get Null.
No,
I guess Monte's kind of right. There's a lot of exposition.
Then bring in Carnage. And they have Carnage go crazy before that, right? Null, and then bring Null.
Well, you technically have to do Carnage Island too, so
like you got to do so much just for like, okay, that's too like I don't like Null. You better off doing like, I don't like Galactus either, but I would almost take Galactus versus Null. Like, Null is just ridiculous.
Not if we're gonna do Galactus like they did him in that second Fantastic Four movie.
I don't want Galactus either. Don't get me wrong. I do not want Galactus. I'm good with Immortal.
Yo, they was in a building the whole time and then showed up when Galactus showed up. I'm like, that's stupid.
You're not gonna feel weird with Gore killing these gods with this sword that we know is literally basically one of Null's ribs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we know where the sword came from. We know what it can do. I mean,
I don't like Null.
He's Big Papa Darkness. He is the primordial god of darkness.
Just for Null, and then Null's too busted for them to deal with. Like everybody they introduced now.
We ain't even introduced Adam Warlock yet.
Nobody they brought in yet
true.
deals with Null. Not a single
person. Got the Phoenix Force.
I'm not gonna lie. I just want the scene where Null rips Sentry in half and then eats the Void. Like that's one of the most epic comic panels ever. Just everyone's like, yeah, Sentry in to save the day, and then Null just rips him in half and eats the Void. I mean, that was the best part of that comic book for me. I just want to see that. I am very.
And Sentry is ripping half.
True. Like, no. I mean, we can introduce him just for Null to eat him, though. I'm okay with that.
Look, I got
introduce like the second, the third, fourth most powerful character.
Just to get introduced, just to have Cyclops get fed to Null. I don't know what Cyclops.
But y'all wouldn't like to see Tom Hardy Venom flying around with the goddamn.
It ain't gonna be Tom Hardy's Venom because it's gonna be a whole new Venom, and you really want the X-Men to introduce just to have Jean Grey get fed to Null? No.
And Thor ain't even become Super Thor yet.
Even the
King Thor.
You ain't even got him to slow him down yet. He would just run through everybody.
No,
I was gonna say I understand what you guys are saying. Null would literally smack every MCU character we have seen with his little finger.
I love Monica Rambeau. I ain't trying to put her through that. No.
But my inner goth kid is like, no, bruh.
No, that's your inner sadist.
No, it's like,
not goth kid.
No, it's like the final villain for the. We ain't even got Silver Surfer yet.
I wear my sadist on the outside. I be catching the whips. I can't lie.
We gotta get Silver Surfer, Rune King Thor. We gotta establish
exactly. Hey, Silver Surfer Black is one of the best Silver Surfer runs, bro.
We ain't even got
if you can give me Silver Surfer Black,
they ain't even on Silver Surfer level.
Tori, you got a lot to establish before you bring in.
Jesus.
Okay.
Bruh, I'm tired of waiting.
So let's talk about what you really took from the trailer.
What I took basically the big thing is we got to connect the dots, like Monte said. But I feel like Thor is going to be this fun movie. Like I feel like this is the fun movie in the catalog. Like every once in a while we get that movie that's not completely super actiony, and there's either a heartfelt sad part or it's like super feel good. Yeah. So if we're getting a feel good Thor movie and we're gonna get Gore the God Butcher to come in and stomp halfway through and like make it horrible, I'm okay with it. But I really
no comedy.
Yo,
they did add
that scene in when Gore killed that big old Egyptian. I mean, not Egyptian, that ancient big beast god. What they call the giants? It's the word for giants.
Yeah. But they are the giants.
Another thing,
the big old dog is a certain type of god, and it's like a
it's
Renfear.
Fenrir? Because Fenrir is more Loki.
It's another type. It's like a Buddhist type god. That's the thing that was there when Thor saw it. It's directly from that comic book. And Thor like, who killed this?
I'm looking for this movie where I saw Zeus. I'm ready to see the Council of Skyfather. Like we're Skyfathers. Like we're getting into Moon Knight. So there's one Skyfather there with Ra. We've got Odin / Thor, there's another Skyfather. Then we got Zeus, there's another Skyfather. So we're only missing 2 or 3 from the council that I can think of. So if we're gonna use Thor Love and Thunder as exposition to get us into these other pantheons that we know are actually established and exist in the universe, I'm completely behind it. So I'm not expecting this movie to be super like in depth, which it could still be. I'm not expecting to have all these wow Easter egg moments like I'm expecting from Multiverse of Madness. So I'm going into Thor with an open mind, looking for a feel good movie, yo. Like give me the trailer energy, because that's just good energy.
Yeah.
So like I said, all in all, I'm trying to see Gore. I hope the CGI is dope and he looks extra alienish. Like, but other than that, I'm really hopeful for it, because I feel like we know that the last Thor movie was kind of a strikeout.
People love that movie.
The second, what was
the second one?
Ragnarok was okay. What was the one that was in between the first one and Ragnarok?
People hated Dark World.
That was the bad one. That's the worst MCU movie ever, in my opinion.
I think that's why they changed Thor character too, because Thor kind of boring in the comic book too.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think when what's his alter ego's name, where he's just a regular dude on Earth.
That's what I want to talk about too. They can always, the thing about Thor is, even if Chris Hemsworth don't want to do it, they can always reset it because of that storyline.
Yeah, very, very true.
Like, okay, Thor died, but he's a human, but he gets the hammer, he comes back. So it's a new Thor, but it's the same Thor, but he's a different dude. And it's like,
and they make him do those like 1980s photos where like you got the solid you, and then up above you is you looking down on you like a ghost.
Oh yeah,
but in the comic book they did that though. After Thor dies, he does that. And in the story when they get new Asgard, all the Asgardians that die enter humans, just like Thor did. So they always come back, even if it's not the same Thor. So they can always keep Thor around.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's a dope thing about it.
That's my biggest takeaway is give me Gore, and I still want Null.
Christian Bale doing this. He got to do. We were talking stuff.
We were talking strictly about the trailer. What hints did you get that might happen from this?
We're getting Gore. Gore is directly connected to Null. Like Gore ain't butchering gods.
No. What got you to Gore?
Christian Bale is Gore. They already announced it.
I was gonna say they announced Gore
to do it too. They got Batman to be Gore, dog.
I thought we were getting with the trailer.
Bro, they put some people in this movie, dog. They put people in. Russell Crowe is Zeus.
Yeah. Come on.
Russell Crowe's career spans like 65 years, man.
It's perfect. Gore can kill Zeus and he don't have to be in no MCU no more.
Remember when he was in South Park and it was Russell Crowe fighting around the world? He's been in there since early South Park.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
I got one question before we get off. Do y'all like this Thor over the comic book Thor? Because I absolutely do. Because Thor is.
I really do.
Absolutely.
He's got a lot more pizzazz.
Thor
There's
in
a
the
lot more
comic
feel
book is
in
literally
this
everybody else but Thor. Thor's stories are so good, but
Thor
he's
be
like
smacking more in the comic books. He be putting boys down in the comic books.
Joey, I don't know
Thor's
if
a killer.
I don't know if you read Thor, but Thor is so omega serious that it's kind of boring.
No,
But the whole story
But
is
you're talking about Odin. You're talking about Odin Force Thor though. Like after his father dies and he becomes like
even before he was either drunk or he was extremely serious and mad and wanted to fight all.
Well, you can't be super serious if you drunk. I mean, well, you can be. Let me take that back.
We all know that's serious drunk.
We've all seen a super serious.
He was boring in one of the most amazing animated series I've ever seen in my life, which is the Ultimate Spider-Man series on Disney.
He is.
And he's even.
Do you remember the one that was on? Do you remember the original one that came on MTV though? The original Ultimate Spider-Man that was the CG that it came out in like 2005, I think.
He was in college. That doesn't count.
That was terrible, Tor.
That was bad. I watched it. It was bad, but that,
I know you did. We all watched it.
It opened the door for the Ultimate Spider-Man we had today. But that's
it also opened the door for the Ultimate Spider-Man game, which was one of the better Spider-Man games.
But yeah, I'll give you that. But isn't that beautiful? But Zelmay, isn't that a beautiful thing to have somebody from DC come over to Marvel and be a character?
Shoot, we want all the people from DC to go.
I wonder what that is. Written,
that sounds like it's
be written well.
DC.
Yeah, DC basically
what a discovery.
Yeah, I think it's official now. I believe it's 100% official. They've been trying to do the buying. They had to get the contract and the law and all that stuff to make sure it's not all the rules and whatnot. The buyout's supposed to happen now. It was scheduled like a year and a half ago, but now it's official. And Discovery has changed the logo and said they doing a massive rehaul of everything DC related. They said this is
everybody
terrible. They want a Kevin Feige like person. They're looking for him right now to fix the DCEU, and they want it to be connected and not.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, that's in their little memo when they bought it.
They name dropped Feige.
Yeah,
they said they want a
character like that. Mata, you muted right now, but they said they want a Feige-like character to be
in line. Like they want to redo everything. They want to wipe it.
They said they're gonna wipe away everything because they didn't like what they was trying to do. And I think Erza Miller kind of made it easier for them to just wipe away.
Especially because he was supposed to be the person they're trying to like base the future off of, and he's getting into legal troubles. To me, Discovery now, they really want to try to find like a Robert Downey Jr. type person to start this whole thing off of. That's what they really want. Which would mean they would have to start off with either another Batman or a new Superman. Because them the two that have to start off with.
And I don't think they need to
you have to start off the DC with them. You can't start off with nobody else. You have to do either Superman or either Batman. Like trying to start off with Aquaman don't make no sense. Even though Aquaman is a good actor.
No.
I love him. He's a good actor. But Jason Momoa is fine. But
Jason Momoa, all right.
Yeah,
like, you have to start the DCU to start it off. You have to choose Superman or Batman. Period.
Superman's so hard though. It's gonna have to be Batman, right?
They had it right with that Superman. What are you talking about?
Pattinson sort of snowed out as Batman.
I'm not knocking him, but they screwed him over.
And Henry he's an amazing Superman, but it's so hard to do a Superman story to
I don't want to hear. I call bullshit on that. Henry Cavill is not an amazing Superman. Man of Steel was whack.
The movie is boring and long, but that ain't his fault.
Wow.
It's not his fault. The movie is.
I'm just being honest, Joe.
Now, Man of Steel might not be the best movie, but it's the best Superman movie they've done in like 20 years, which is why they decided to take it and keep going.
Give me Dean Cain Superman. Quit playing. Bring back Dean Cain.
No, Man of Steel was
Dean Cain. All right, we don't want a Flash remake on CW now with Dean Cain.
So they like screw it and go with him, and everybody was fine. Everybody was fine with him as Superman. We did not have a problem with him. It's just when they messed up that Batman vs Superman movie that everything went right. We had no problem.
I like Henry Cavill as the Witcher better than Superman. Let him keep being Geralt on Netflix.
He's a good actor. Like we were fine with him as Superman. We had no problem with Superman.
Perfect
for yourself. I was not fine with him as Superman.
Wow. That's a hot take, man. We gotta clip this. Clip this.
My take
Clip it.
my
Get
take
fans
froze.
and attacking. Attack them. Go fans, go. Attack
Bruh,
them.
like,
Hey, y'all tell Henry Cavill,
we've
"Tupe
been
me
through-
pinte deste altre."
we've been through like 7 Batmans. You gotta go with something, and if it's something that the fans don't hate, they ain't necessarily gotta love it. I with it, but if they don't hate it, go with it. And that's what they did. They're like, bro, we done found the Superman that's finally not hated.
Hate
Go
Batfleck
with it,
all
and
you
it was
want.
fine.
I hate him.
Hate
It was
him. Hate
fine.
Batfleck.
The overwhelming majority of the fans did not have a problem with him as Superman.
No problem
We
whatsoever.
were cool with
I'm
him.
just gonna say this: they had to give
out.
out free tickets to Man. If y'all remember correctly,
Henry
don't
Cavill
remember
was
that.
fine as Superman. We did
I
not have no
remember
problem
that.
with Superman.
I didn't
He
watch
was
Man of
fine.
Steel till it came on what's name because I gave up on DC for a long time.
I
He
did
was
too.
fine.
I just watched it when it came on
I gave
Netflix.
up on DC a long time ago.
Was it Netflix?
Like,
Or
that's
But
like
something?
I'm
not
not
20 years
Amazon.
for one decent Superman. They're like, okay, he decent, just go with it. And it was fine. They just messed it up with Batman v Superman.
Ooh, Batman v Superman was horrible.
Yes, it was.
That movie was
Real
long.
bad. We couldn't even get a black suit, bruh.
I was
I
trying
couldn't
to
even
get
get
out the
black
movie.
suit long hair
Zack
Superman.
Snyder
You
tried
couldn't
to
throw
give
him
us
in
a
a
black
wing.
suit. We didn't make it that far.
I was trying to get out of that movie theater, and it was just long.
Snyder
bruh.
tried to give
Maybe
us
the
one,
movie
bro.
be better.
DC wasn't going. That's their fault. We would have had black suit
That's
Superman.
true.
We would have had it. Because the sad
Hey.
fact of the matter, even though Batman v Superman
I'm
was
a hater
so bad,
though, and I'll admit
Snyder
it.
Cut was 4 hours and people still watched it. That let you know that it would have been fine. They ruined it. That's DC's own fault. People sat through 4 hours at their house to watch Snyder's version of the movie.
And clapped at the end.
I ain't gonna lie, though.
I
Being at my
thought
house made that movie a lot more
home
comfortable
in
for me to
a
watch for 4 hours, though.
I mean, still,
Exactly.
it would have been split into 2 movies, though. But either way, like, we would have watched it. Versus the crap they put on screen.
Yo,
Freaking Steppenwolf.
don't
Steppenwolf was glowing more than me.
don't hire that man no more, bro.
Steppenwolf was glowing more than me, bro.
Don't ever hire him no more. He had to blame
Matter of
everybody.
fact, y'all, that's probably the best Jared Leto's ever looked in that one little 15 seconds of fame he had at the end of that movie.
Nah, they ain't gonna do Jared Leto. Like Jared Leto had some amazing performances outside of comic book movies.
I will say he done showed out. We can't just take Morbius as a baseline for this man's acting ability now.
Update your resume.
He
tried to, and they gave him Morbius.
Jared Leto, like I said, maybe not comic book movies, but he killed other road.
And don't forget 30 Seconds to Mars is still a thing. He can go back to music and be fine.
Sure.
Okay,
Let me throw this out here. First of all, let me
Dallas Buyers Club.
Let not attack you. Let me congratulate you.
Slapper.
Let me pat you on the back for bringing up Dean Cain as Superman and Lois and Clark. TNT fan favorite. All right, it was kind of good. It was cheesy as hell, but it was meant to be a love story.
But it was lit.
I'm here for, okay, Dean Cain. I never expected Dean Cain to be that guy. But at the time, he was like the most relevant guy on TV, period, on cable. So I shout out to Dean Cain being Superman. It was awful green screen.
Or American Psycho, Fight Club, Panic Room.
Christian Bale was for American Psycho.
Yeah, Jared Leto was in that movie too. Joe, do you not remember that movie?
I was gonna say Jared Leto was in American Psycho too. Christian Bale was just the main character.
Yeah, he was the main character. Jared Leto did amazing in that movie. He got
His best friend. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I had to go back and watch that, man. I just remember.
I know he got a different look now with all the hair and.
I was gonna say,
I just remember that Superman flex.
I know he
But,
looked like a hippie
I'm
now,
just saying,
but back then he was
I
Fight Club.
prefer Henry Cavill as The Witcher, and with Discovery buying DC, how y'all know we ain't finna get? What if you get Superman and he's just using his power to travel to different holiday destinations? What if Superman's just flying around the world,
if they
going spelunking?
I'm not gonna lie, they make an HBO Max or a Superman just trying to find a vacation spot with Lois, I might watch it.
Of course you would.
5-star hotel.
Of course.
Is it really that good?
I ain't gonna lie.
And speaking of vacation
You're
spots,
the same dude who was enjoying wrestling weddings the other night. So I completely believe you're okay with that.
I hated that. I liked it though. I hated it.
listen, bro.
I hate that you like that too. I almost changed the channel, but I discovered that real quick. But
I like
I'm wondering what Discovery's gonna do. What does a major overhaul look like?
I'm gonna
Like,
tell you
are we
what it looks
getting-
like.
I'm gonna tell you
how-
before y'all get this point out. I do want to know people. I like pure chaos and random chaos of random where people are just in shock and don't know what's going on. I enjoy that, so I can't hit.
That's what I'm
A
saying.
Superman travel show can do that.
That's how all of this happened, where DC is needing to overhaul DC. It all started when Ezra Miller got on that stage, faded, and he tried to sing Purple Rain, and he got up there and he said, and then he passed out and wakes up in a fighting mood, and that's why they're doing this revamp. And it was the perfect excuse to do it. Jared Leto karaoke singing Purple Rain and only made it past the first line and then passed out. Next thing you know, he's in jail. That's what you got to do. That's the perfect.
Do not do karaoke with Erza Miller. That's one thing we learned. If he's in the building,
I ain't gonna lie,
ready to fight.
He living the movie star life. You can't even hate. Look at what Robert Downey Jr. was doing at his
can't say if DC was ever gonna like wipe the DC verse, this is probably the only shot they're gonna have to do it. Like your main star of the movie
I agree with that.
this year is in jail. So now you have a reason to wipe it now. You can just be like, you know what? Wash our hands of everything, screw it, and just start from scratch. Now the thing about it, it's unfortunate.
Robert Pattinson
you have
Batman.
good actors. Like Shazam was a fine actor. You got Black Adam from The Rock that I know you paid The Rock money to make this movie, and he ain't giving the money back. We already know he ain't giving the money. So he ain't giving the money back. We already know that. So if it's
but let him go so he can show up at WrestleMania.
No, I mean like if you want my honest opinion, throw Black Adam out and wipe the verse and just throw Black Adam out.
Black Adam coming out.
You don't like just go.
You want Black Adam to be the start of this new?
No,
you just said it had to be.
It ain't gonna be a new start. They just gonna put the movie out just like when they finally got the merger. What they put out New Mutants, and that was a terrible movie, but Disney still put it out.
It was bad.
If they got a shot at getting Henry Cavill back, bro, I'd do my best to get him back and just like not start completely.
New Mutants was terrible.
Like if I got a shot to get Henry Cavill back, I get Henry Cavill. This is what I would do. This is what I would do if I were DC. I try to get Henry Cavill back because it ain't like he didn't want to do it. He does like to be Superman. If I can get him back, I try to get him back. If I can't, then you got to start from scratch. But if I can get him back, take the Batman that just had the one-off movie because he's already second-year Batman, so he's young. It makes sense. Get them two, and just try to start it and like pick up Wonder Woman, do a new Cyborg origin movie, and keep Aquaman, and just start from there.
Discovery.
Start from there.
That's a bold ass movie.
That's a lot of doubling back though.
Discovery.
Bro,
change the Joker.
Think about it. You're not surprising DC with anything. Everybody knows DC is in tatters right now, but everybody knows it's been newly bought. So do what I would pick up the good pieces and just start from scratch. Like I got a Superman. He good. People like him. I got a good Wonder Woman. I got a good Shazam. I got and just try to start new with Cyborg. Like I'm good with it. Like you could spin this new Batman and start him off. Nobody will look twice. Nobody will look twice.
I mean,
because we're gonna be like it's bad anyway. But
people are that forgiving.
Matter of fact, if you really want to get,
hold on. Hey,
I'm hearing myself.
It's echoing on your end. Like it's coming out your output.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll back out and come back in then.
Tor will be back in a moment.
He'll be back to talk that shit. I'm just telling you.
You think it's bold, bro? If I'm DC, I'm not trying to start from scratch. I'm
That's
not trying to
saying we fucked up.
Like we screwed up, but we know we got good actors.
Bro,
so
if I'm discovering like it's not our fault, blame AT&T.
I'm like, bro, like we got good actors.
It's bold.
Matter of fact, this is what I do. This is exactly what I do. If I am DC, I am calling Zack Snyder, and I'm like, bro, run the Snyder cut. We doing it. Like we ain't even starting over no more. Run the Snyder cut.
Yes, good.
Run the Snyder cut. Switch out the Batmans and switch out the Flash if necessary. Run the Snyder cut, bro.
I don't know if that's. I think they want to keep Robert Pattinson in the same path as the Joker, and with this like not so crazy superhero-y thing.
The one dangerous thing about Zack Snyder is he either hit home runs or he hit complete duds.
But there's room for two Batmans it's just you gotta have the DCU, and then I say that you call them what do they call them? Anthologies, and leave make the Joker and Batman, make those anthologies right now. Have a DCU Batman and do what you do from there. It's not Batflick no more. We understand and we get it, although I don't think he was terrible.
It complicates a lot though, because not only are you gonna have two Batmans, you're gonna have two Jokers because they tease the Joker and the Batman.
And you got Joker too.
Batman ain't got a Joker don't gotta be in every movie.
I take that back. You're gonna have
three Jokers.
Joker single movie. You gonna have three Jokers.
Joaquin Phoenix gonna stay because he made them a lot of money.
Anthologies, just like Animatrix, done by Warner Brothers, just like Animatrix.
Bro, I got one multiverse I'm already trying to spin my head around. I ain't trying to do DC with the spider web.
Kevin Feige ain't trying to do none of this, and they want Kevin Feige.
Like, I promise, if I'm them, I'm just running the Snyder Cut, bro. Like, the Batman's already a one-off. Fine. Run the Snyder Cut. Period.
I don't know. I don't like him there. He doesn't
run the Snyder Cut. I'm like, bro,
I just don't know how much goodwill DC fans have for that.
Another Superman, which might take another 20 years, or you pick up from some of the pieces that we already know you screwed up in. So it ain't like we don't know they screwed up. We know they
just
screwed up.
Just sell it to Disney, dog.
If it's up to me, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm running a Snyder Cut. I'm like, bro.
I think that would make a monopoly. That's not legal.
Kevin Feige just you don't have to don't have to sell them. Just like
y'all
Kevin
trying to
Feige.
send that man into an early grave. That's a lot of work to do.
Hey man, that man got 20 movies already come out of here, Joe.
I'm really not. If I'm I would pick up Henry Cavill. I run like Man of Steel. What? Man of Steel 2 already happened right with Zod, right?
That was one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
running Man of Steel.
That movie that long, it felt like two movies.
Now I'm running Man of Steel 3, and I'm bringing Wonder Woman and Aquaman into that movie, and then you can do whatever you want with Batman. You can either pull a new Batman or bring Ben Affleck. But I'm running Man of Steel 3. I'm bringing Wonder Woman and Aquaman in there to introduce them into his movie, and then spin Batman in there however you please in the end credits. That's how you restart this.
And I guess they just don't want a live action Robin at this point. They said,
well, you can't get the Batman right. It's hard. You keep switching Batman.
Bro, like, if I'm that's my final thing. I'm running Man of Steel 3. I'm introducing Wonder Woman and I'm introducing Aquaman into that movie so that they can all be cool, and then tease the Batman in the end with like a Batman symbol. And then you could just make your decision over the next year whether you want to use the Batman or like freaking Ben Affleck's Batman or something else.
Please don't.
You make your decision off that.
We ain't taking Ben Affleck over Robert Pattinson at this point. It's not happening.
Anthology, that's the way to go.
I'm not finna confuse DC again. Like, bro, wipe it. If you gonna wipe it, you wipe it. But we got one multiverse.
I see what he's saying though. An anthology,
you confused?
15 years to get right. You expect DC to get it right in the movie?
Bro, no. Marvel didn't even say let's do 2 different Spider-Man. They're like, nah.
Not in the movie.
We need 3.
Not in the movie.
Well, that was for old. That's old head. That was an old head like go through party.
I can't do it. Like if we're gonna do an anthology,
Kevin Feige said we got one Spider-Man that's
like
Tom Holland. That's the rest of them they can do whatever they want with. They ain't got nothing to do with Marvel.
Speaking of 3 Spider-Mans, aren't there 3 albums?
I mean, because other than that, we're gonna wipe it. Oh, albums? We got music?
Yeah.
Who dropping?
We've done terrible segues today, by the way.
Madam Web is coming in the Spider-Man universe, and she's gonna be the new Doctor Strange, and I'm upset.
I hope she's can we get Helen Mirren to play Madam Web though? I feel like that's perfect.
Oh man, if the mom from Archer that used to be on Arrested Development, she would have been perfect Madam Spider.
I was thinking cartoon when you said Archer. I was like, you just want him to draw Madam Web.
Yo, Monte got so upset that they putting Sony trying to do something else that he just left. He just disappeared.
Sony's probably secretly just like begging Kevin Feige for help on the low. He's like, come on, dog. We know you love the property. Just give us a little bit of juice.
Man, ever since Kevin Feige came back, man, Marvel ain't letting him go again.
Speaking of juice, Joe,
just talk about Sony and how they decent at music.
I'm just gonna go with speaking of juice because this leads right into our next topic. I'm going to give you a timeline in my life within like a 20-day period. Okay, this is my life. Come April 22nd.
That is how we all start.
Come April 22nd, I'm going to start my drug dealing career with
Oh,
Pusha T.
tap in. Oh.
Then, so I'm going to do my best to sell this one bag and talk about it the whole time. Then
It's almost dry.
Come April 29th, I'm going to be a misogynist and I'm going to drink a whole bunch of lean and talk about how much money I made.
You don't drink lean.
Big toxicity.
And then come May 13th, I don't know if that's a Friday or not, but come May 13th,
Third eye.
I get to wash all my sins away and become woke again because Kendrick Lamar's coming out. That's right. April 22nd, Pusha T. Future comes out April 29th, and then Kendrick cleans it all up on May 13th. How y'all feel about this lineup? Are y'all excited about this lineup? What are y'all gonna miss, or what are y'all gonna hit on?
I'm gonna sound like a hater, so I don't know if you want me to go.
We need hate. Let's go. No,
well, I got
plenty of hate on
take,
this
so
show. I mean,
I'll go ahead.
Omega people have been hated on.
I'm ready for
Pusha. Been
T.
hated on. Robert Pattinson's been hated on. The concept of anthology has been hated on. Just come on, man. Let's go.
Tori excited. Let's Tori go. Tori's like excited to talk about
negative.
Tori be excited.
Bruh, I'm always excited for a Pusha T album because I mean,
most exciting
and the fact that he's been able to make a whole career out of that short time in Virginia, he was pushing. He was actually pushing. Hey, that's longevity, bruh. That's where you know you got in where you fit in for real. Because I mean, even this album, the title, it's almost dry. We all know what he's alluding to, almost being dry.
Yes, I'm almost out of cocaine.
And it's his lyrical content. You can only, I mean, I'm ready to hear this because I feel like we're getting the change of Pusha T. He went from the hard streets of Virginia pushing dope to buy a Pharrell beat to now he's got a wife that he will body you on a track over. He's got a son now. He's out here doing woke interviews with Charlemagne the God. So, I mean, this could be it. I'm going to be surprised if all we get is just straight off the slab drug dealer Pusha T, which I'm always okay with. Oh, if he just brings it back and he's like, forget Kanye and Drake, I'll body both of them niggas bar for bar, and we all know it. Ooh. Yeah. But I'm super stoked just to hear Pusha T because I always enjoy it. Pusha T's wordplay is so next level. Like the amount of different ways he can rap about breaking down a brick is ridiculous. Like, you ain't never met another nigga that can talk about chopping like he does in so many different ways. And I've seen niggas try many times. They can't do it. So I'm all for that. I feel like Joe said, Pusha T's going to get everybody primed and ready. They're going to go out there and push that dope. So when Future comes around, they have the money for the $350 a line that these boys are out here charging for walk. So everybody going to get their money up, and then everybody can slowly go through the withdrawals afterwards, listening to Kendrick. So, I mean, as far as we know, it wasn't planned out this way. That's a pretty decent timeline of like actually talented artists dropping in a row. Because we can say what we want about any of those three, but aside from some of the mid-Future albums, I don't think any of these niggas have ever just put out a garbage album in any way, shape, or form.
All Kendrick albums seem to win a lot of awards.
Every Kendrick album is a banger, from Good Kid, Mad City on to whatever this next album's called. I mean, I still have songs from To Pimp a Butterfly in rotation when I'm trying to feel spiritual. You know what I mean?
These walls
and Section 80. I mean, Section 80 is one of my favorite albums, period, dot, and one of Kendrick's most underrated albums in my opinion. Like Section 80 is good rap music, like bar for bar, the lyrical content to the metaphors to the double entendres, triple entendres if we're talking K-Dot getting in there.
He can't even do no album like that no more because people get so confused on what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
his title
bars are confused.
Yeah, if your ethnicity, and then people just get confused on what he's trying to say and just hear that part and just like cancel.
But this has the lookings to be an amazing couple week span in rap, and I'm looking forward to it. Always loving the we all know first quarter of the year for rap music is hit or miss. Either all your heavy hitters are finna drop in this first quarter of the year, or they're gonna save it for the end, and everything in the middle is, well, just that. It's mid. So I think these three, at least somewhat top tier artists. I mean, Kendrick is top tier. There are people out there that would make an argument for Pusha T and Future being top tier as well. So I'm super stoked to see how it goes.
Yeah, for the people that don't know, Kendrick's 5th album and his last one on TDE is called Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper.
Ooh, that's a powerful title.
You know, if you get some blues in this, I'm excited for that. I like blues.
The saxophone finna ring off on that joint. You already know.
You say Mr. Stepper? Either that or we're gonna get some like party music for the fraternities.
I can see this having a Section 80 vibe though, but I'm a Section 80 stan, so
I'll say this. I think it was interesting is that all three of these artists are played in different venues. Pusha T is either you riding and you just vibing and cruising. Future is getting played in the club, possibly for the NBA Finals as well as one of the songs. I know he's gonna drop something. And then Kendrick is in the headset.
I see Kendrick everywhere.
He in the AirPods, dog.
Kendrick in some strange places.
But I can't see, all of them can go out and perform. But I'm just saying where
you ain't gonna hear Future at the church. You'll hear Kendrick at church, maybe.
I see Kendrick in a sea of white people. We gonna be
all right. Probably just gonna do his shit at the Grammys.
Alabama won a championship and it's like a whole building was playing. We gonna be all right. I'm like, bro, this is not your song.
Think of that song. They don't play that in the club. They play that at protest.
They played it at white people after they won a championship.
Hey,
I was
Kendrick
confused.
Stadium music, though, if we're gonna keep it a buck, like
Kendrick
Pusha T
stadium music.
Oh, bro, have you seen the venues Kendrick's played out? Think about Be Humble going off anywhere.
Okay, I'll give you Be Humble. And you wasn't even supposed to really vibe like that to that song. You're supposed to think about what he was saying. But
we gonna be all right. Come on now.
Yeah,
that's only at protests.
No, you play that song. I've seen that song play everywhere. I told you that song.
Somebody got stadium status, in my opinion.
I get it.
Kendrick played everywhere.
He can sell one out.
It's weird. 100%. Kendrick already sold stadiums out. You ain't worried about that.
Exactly.
You got that look on your face, man. Go ahead and hate.
Me? Oh, I was just gonna go ahead and be real with you. Like Kendrick's.
Don't say a bad word about Pusha T.
Kendrick album, the only one I really care about. I'm just like,
I knew he was gonna say some shit like that.
Like Pusha T, okay, let's see, let's see if we can, get a mature feel, or if we
that nigga body Drake.
So let's see. But I mean, am I just like, the next Pusha T finna hit? I'm gonna listen to it. But,
it's adult contemporary hip hop, bro.
We'll see.
They said the clip's coming back.
Future, I don't care about Future. I've never.
You got to go get Malice out the church first.
I've never liked Future's music. I don't like Future. I really don't care about none of his music, and it's not going to change with his next album.
How do you not like Future, Monte? How you gonna be a toxic nigga?
I don't vibe with him, man. I'm sorry. I just don't like. I tried. I'm just like.
You don't like that nigga because he's more toxic than him.
I've tried. I really have.
You better go meet Waukesha, nigga. Quit playing.
He got about all of one song that I'll just listen to every so often if I got to. And I was like,
his best album definitely is with Drake, and that's the only album I listened to consistently was him.
The crazy part about it?
No, man, y'all act like Dirty Sprite 2 is not a classic.
That's the crazy thing. That lets you know. I don't even like the song with Drake.
So the whole album with Drake. That whole album is crazy.
So
I don't care for Drake if we're gonna keep it a buck.
I let it go, and so I might just because it's out, I might listen to it once, see if it's someone that I like, but I just have never liked Future's music, so we'll see if that changes. Kendrick Lamar, I'm happy he coming out this year instead of last year because people were already ready to crown him with album of the year if he ever just dropped it last year. So I'm really happy he didn't. This way we can give like a fair breakdown of it. You already know the wordplay gonna be crazy. I mean. What he just did with Pusha T and nostalgia, man. My God. That's all I can say, man. Breakdown of that, the full breakdown of his verse is crazy. So I can't wait for the Kendrick Lamar. I really can't. The other two.
Bro, it's wild though, Monte. That breakdown is crazy. That man start adding numbers and doing
Bruh,
addition
I
and
was
then
about
start
to
saying
break down. I'm like,
1980s.
bruh,
I was born in
you can't be-
1982. 9 plus 10 plus 9 plus 10.
Once
I'm
you
like,
start
what?
doing mapping verses, out of here.
I'm like, bro, like really? So a whole album of that? Yeah, I'm gonna need about a good week or two, some breakdowns. You know, we're gonna see what we got. I'm expecting some good stuff. I really am. So I'm hoping I get some good features. Like I really want like some good mixed features in there. You know?
I want no features. I'm looking for a straight Kendrick album.
That
I
man
mean,
with
it's
that
an
J. Cole
album, so
stuff.
I know you're gonna have some from him, but I want
Hey,
a few features.
If he,
I want
he
like
is smack J. Cole if we're gonna keep it a stack though.
I want like some mixtures. Like I want some like this is Kendrick Lamar. I expect something a little different than the norm. So I want like
You looking for that Kendrick 6ix9ine collab?
Oh.
No. No.
Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Just a Fan. We appreciate y'all joining us. My name is Monray Hudson. It is your boy, Mr. Drop the Mic. Yeah, I'm taking over because that take he just did just ended everything. So we
Make it your magnus opus.
Let us
Make
know
it your
what y'all
magnus
think.
opus.
Y'all better tap in.
Let us know what y'all think about the openings and everything. We got our boy T Ram, Uniqo, and the great Zelmay himself. They can introduce themselves. I'm done with this. My man said him and 69. Oh my God. You know what? Blessings to y'all. Appreciate everybody.
Where can they find you before you go though?
And me on Monray Hudson, Instagram and TikTok. Join your boy. We did also shout out to everybody on TikTok. I did just hit 10K. I appreciate it.
Let's go.
You know, we growing. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Hey.
Joe, what can they find you?
UniqoWilliams.com, where we are asking everybody to just make your next move the best move. DC, make your next move the best move. Kendrick Lamar, make your next move the best move, and don't bring in Tekashi 6ix9ine.
So what can they find you so they can yell at you?
You already know it's Afro Comedy 765 on everything. Ready to give you your daily dose of dirtbag forever and always.
And you know where you can find me. Link tree below. Like and subscribe. If you on the audio versions, I want to show y'all some love. Hit that follow button, that like button. We do this every Thursday. Just a Fan will be Thursdays now, so I appreciate y'all. And we got a new show coming soon. It is called Top 5. It'll be out Friday, so only on YouTube though. Only on YouTube, and Man Cave will be out Mondays. So we're out of here. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Peace.